Not much is going on. There's like a few controversies in Korea that are going on, but the main thing I want to talk about is South Korea at NATO. So Lee Jae-myung, of course, they're not part of NATO per se, like officially, but they are on the outskirts, on the outsides of NATO, and they're talking with Lee Jae-myung's there talking with world leaders, negotiating, and this guy's not a great diplomat. He's not a great negotiator. He is a good politician that he has good PR and he smiles a lot. But he had this post on the sidelines of this NATO summit. I had my first meeting with President Nicusar Dan of Romania. And he did this with Zelensky. He did this with all these world leaders taunting, and I don't think he actually wrote this. He probably had tweeters tweet this, but talking about how great of a partnership he's creating and the cooperation he's having with foreign countries. Yeah, I don't think so, because this guy can't speak English. So I don't think he's having a great conversation with world leaders. So it's just a lot of politicians speak. He's not actually saying anything of substance. But the thing of substance I do want to talk about is the new energy deal. The new energy deal that America signed with South Korea and Japan. So, America, Japan, and South Korea, they signed an agreement to team up and speed up building small modular nuclear reactors, SMRs, in other nations, mainly in Asia Pacific. So right here, this is a U.S. Department of State. As a media note, the United States, Japan, and the Republic of Korea signed a trilateral memorandum of cooperation on small modular reactor deployments in other countries. Today, on the margins of the NATO summit in Ankara, Turkey, the United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Japan Foreign Minister Motegi Toshimitsu, and Republic of Korea Foreign Minister Cho Hyun signed a memorandum of cooperation to establish a framework for trilateral cooperation on accelerating small modular reactor deployments in other countries, with an initial focus on the Indo-Pacific. The MOC advances our mutual security interests and paves the way for partner countries to meet their energy security needs. And so if you go down a little bit, you can just read all of it. But to support, and so you see what they're going to do. They're going to basically bolster their nuclear energy development programs and create small modular nuclear reactors in different countries. And in support of this initiative, the United States is committing over $10 million in new funding for the Department of State's Foundational Infrastructure for Responsible Use of Small Modular Reactor Technology program to provide technical support to countries in Indo-Pacific region for the deployment of safe, secure, and reliable nuclear energy. Funds will advance SMR project development activities, establish an SMR regional training hub for workforce development. The United States is also pleased to announce an industry initiative agreed upon by GE Vernova, Hitachi, Samsung C&T, and SGE to advance deployment of the BWRX-300 SMR across Europe. This initiative will help achieve the ambitions set forth in the memorandum signed today and deepen government-industry partnership to strengthen global energy security. It's all good. I don't think we've covered energy too much on this program, but we know that fossil fuels is the most energy-dense resource that we have in order to convert towards other forms and uses for energy. But nuclear energy is the next best option. It's the most energy-dense and it's clean. And so whoever countersignals nuclear energy and you're trying to get away from fossil fuels towards a cleaner and more sustainable energy future, you're retarded, and I don't take you seriously. You're in a cult. But yeah, this is good. This is an objectively good thing. You know that SMRs, so small modular nuclear reactors, they're compact, they're safer, they can be built faster and cheaper than big traditional ones, and you generate clean electricity from it. And so this deal, it aims to boost energy security, cut reliance on oil and coal, and create business opportunities while working together against competitors like China and nuclear tech. So this is good. This is energy improvements for America, for Japan, and Korea. And we like to see it. We like to see it. This is what first world countries do. While third worlders are complaining in their squalor, being okay in their filth, this is what first world countries are doing. We're building rockets, we're building nuclear reactors, we're moving towards a cleaner, more sustainable energy future. We love to see it. Now, what's the big takeaway? I mean, this is a good thing. But we like nuclear. Like, nuclear has to be the future of energy. And if you disagree with me, go listen to Michael Schellenberger. He does great work on this, and other astrophysicists and nuclear engineers. Like, they talk a lot about this. It's really good. But this is something that South Koreans can leverage for peace with North Korea. How? Because every single country needs energy. In order to industrialize and in order to develop, you need energy. You need cheap, quick, fast forms of energy that can convert for use in technology to electricity. So what Korea needs to do is to create sustainable forms of electricity and energy like nuclear. Because why? There is no oil. There are no oil reserves on the Korean Peninsula. Oil, fossil fuels, it's not a natural resource for Koreans. And so we're always looking to import energy. But if South Korea is able to have more energy sovereignty and independence, be more sustainable on its own by creating these nuclear reactors that give Korea energy, then that can be a form of negotiation for North Korea. Because why? North Korea wants energy. They get all their oil from Russia and their resources from China. But it's like, why not get it cheaper and a more sustainable energy source from South Korea instead? So these are the ways that politicians and leaders in South Korea, even activists, need to be thinking about the future of the Korean War. Because we're still at war. We want war to end. We want to sign a peace treaty and eventually move towards reunification. And this is an avenue by which we can do so because energy is the most coveted and most sought after resource in the world right now and has always been in the past few centuries. Use this as a negotiation. But they're not. No one is. And it's so frustrating. I look at Korea and we look at the globalization and how Koreans are constantly pandering and catering towards all these third worldist, leftist, and liberals and K-pop stans. And it's so frustrating. And you look at the politicians, they all suck. None of them are doing anything. None of them have actual solutions for the Korean people. So Korea, while it continues to develop economically, we just had Samsung pass NVIDIA for the most profitable company in the entire world because of the AI memory chip boom. And so Samsung's creating a crap ton. So they're more profitable than NVIDIA right now. Like all of this stuff, like Korea is booming on the world stage, culture, products, electronics, devices, technology, culture, K-pop Demon Hunters, Gangnam Style, Squid Game. I mean, it's all great. But then the people are dying. The highest suicide rates in the first world. Less and less people are going to church. They're not lowest birth rates in the world. One of the lowest. Yeah, the country's dying. And that is literally, that needs to be the objective. But no solutions. We're just going to walk around and be bribed and just try to stay in office for as long as possible to have a comfy, cushiony career where we create a career and live off of the money made by hard-earned taxpayers. Yeah, Korea, the state of politics is bleak, but is never lost. Why? Because Korea still exists for the time being. We pray and we advocate for the best in Korea.